What's up, guys? This is Coach Grant with First Down Training, and today we're going to be taking a look at DANNY Amendola's route running. We're going to be talking about how to run a whip route, and then we're also going to be talking about catching. So it's not just going to be based on route running. Today we're going to talk about how to make a catch over the shoulder and how to make sure that you catch every single ball that's thrown to you over the shoulder, okay? And guys, if you want me to take a look at your film, if you're a receiver and you want me to break down your route running, talk about some things with you that you need to get better on, check out that link in the description that says submit your film for a breakdown. You get access to an email where you could send me your film and I'll break down your film, and also you get access to our advanced breakdowns that I have on my site. Hope to get you guys signed up on that soon. Let's get started. So the first thing we're going to be looking at here is going to be at the right side of our screen. He's going to be running a whip route, okay? So now main thing when he comes off here, see how he's patient, breaks to the inside, drops those hips violently, then accelerates out, and that's what gets him separation. So when he's coming off here and he comes off the line, this DB, we want to try to get him to overreact on this slant, right? So when he comes off here, he's very patient and kind of hesitates and gives this little bit of a skip, puts his foot in the ground, and bursts to the inside, right? Selling like I'm just running a quick slant. I change up the tempo. I want to get him to slow down, and then I burst inside. That's what we're trying to make it look like. And how we can set this up, fellas, is by doing this one time first, then actually run the slant, right? Maybe you're not even getting the ball. Maybe the ball's going the opposite way on the play. Maybe you're not even a part of the play, but you still work this route. You still work this route because you know a whip is going to be a big part of your guys' game for the game plan that week. So we got to work this route, make everything look the same, right? This is what I mean by when I say everything has to look the same. So you come off, give him a nice little hesitation. So when he breaks to the inside, you see the first thing that snap around are his eyes, and his shoulders are fully committed. Now, when we could get in this position where we get this DB to really sit on this thing coming across his face, that's what's going to get him to overreact, right? Anytime you're running a post corner, out and up, corner post, any kind of double move, a whip route is, I wouldn't really maybe consider it. Well, I guess you could consider it a double move, right? But it's not like one of those post corners where we're going downfield, right? Or an out and up where we really have to burst. You want to commit your shoulders and you want to be fast. Those are the two things that have to happen to sell this thing, because a lot of times guys will come over the middle, and what they'll do is they'll lean back with their upper half and they'll slow their feet down, right? They'll lean back with their chest, they'll slow their feet down because they're preparing to make this other break, or they won't fully commit their hips, right? They'll be here, and their left shoulder, in this case, would be kind of halfway open, and your chest would be drifting upfield. That DB isn't going to bite her, at least a good DB, right? Because you're trying to prepare for when you have to face a good DB. A bad DB, it doesn't matter. You can just go out there and run routes. It's not going to make a big difference. But when you're preparing for somebody who knows what they're doing, they've been coached properly, this is what you want to be able to do. And when you're coming over the middle, eyes tell lies, commit those shoulders. That's what's going to get this DB to bite on the ball, because you see he gets greedy and he wants to play this thing. He's trying to get physical. So now the only way I'm able to change direction, right, on a double move when I'm going faster, on any move for that matter, is you got to be violent with either your feet or with your hips, right? And so a situation like a whip, you got to be able to drop those hips and turn that left foot. You see how violent he is with his hips and the position that he's able to get in here. You see his chin has been brought to his knee. That's the position that we want to be able to be in. And you see how his left leg rotates fully around. You want to come to this whip and you want to be cutting off your inside leg. You want to be cutting off your inside leg first and then hook your outside leg. In this case, it would be his left leg around to where the toes are pointed back towards the quarterback. And when you can point your toes back towards the quarterback, that gives your shin angles like on a 45 shooting you back out. Those are the main keys on this whip route, being able to drop and being able to get out of this thing. So now when we get to this position, we got to put it all together, right? So what, I sold this route. So what, I'm violent with my hips. So what, I created a little bit of separation at the top, because we can lose this separation because DBs work this all the time. DB is not an easy position to play, right? They got to be able to break on the ball when they might get beat. They got to be able to do certain things to get back on track, to get back to covering you, and that's the situations they work, because in reality they're playing a guessing game 24/7. Every single time that they play, step on the field, they're playing a guessing game. But sometimes it's like an educated guessing game, right? But if we can make them pay by making our routes look the same, and then doing what I'm about to talk about right now is accelerating out of the break to continue to gain space from this DB, right? So I'm here. I took care of him with my stem. I took care of it, well, not so much a stem, but I took care of him before the break. I took care of him making it look the same. I took care of him with my hips being violent, and now I take care of him with the third phase of the route, which is pumping my arms and continuing to gain separation, right? Because this DB's got his head down. He's in oh shit mode on any situation where we got him beat. So we got to make sure I pump my arms and I run out of there to continue to get space so I can catch this ball and create space. Okay, so a whip route is a great way to get space, or separation, I should say. In any situation, I like this route. if we sell this thing correctly, if I get my shoulders committed, if I'm fast over the middle, and if I'm able to drop my hips violently. Let's watch this thing full speed one more time. There's a great route here by Amendola. So he's coming out, break, violent hips. You see how violent he drops those hips, chin to his knee. That's the main key on this. Okay, so we're going to be taking a look at him here. He's off the number 3. Going to be running kind of this wheel route. We're mainly just going to talk about his hands here. Nothing too special with this route. We're going to talk about how you guys can improve your catching over the shoulder. That's a very question that I get asked a lot because I don't normally post a whole lot about it because mainly it's a lot of reps, right? There are a lot of reps that you need to do, but there's some key technical points that you guys should focus on while you're doing those reps. So we're going to be watching him here. Now, this ball was thrown a little bit too far over that outside shoulder. I mean, not a perfect ball dropped right in this bucket. He had to kind of turn his body for it, but this is a great job using technical points that I'm about to discuss. So in reality here, fellas, if we got a guy, this is like a linebacker type, bigger guy, probably not going to be able to run stride for stride with this, right? He's got a good angle, but at the end of the day, when we have a quicker guy trailing me, like let's say I beat a corner, I'm on the outside, or I got a safety walk down under the slot, and I'm going full speed upfield, and let's say I got a step or two on him, right? I want to make sure that my hands, when I catch over the shoulder, are late. I don't want to show my hands too early because let's say this guy was a little bit closer to Amendola here and he showed his hands before this ball was just right in that bucket. Let's say he started to show his hands right now and started to lift them up. That's just letting this DB know where the ball is, and he's going to be able to make a play on my arms or maybe try to rip this thing out, right? So if I'm here and my hands are late and you're late with these hands, that DB doesn't have any time to react and he doesn't know when the ball is coming, right? He can tell by your eyes that you're looking for the ball, but when you make this catch late, it's very hard for him to react because he doesn't know exactly when that ball is going to be there. Okay, so that's very important. Now, I want you to watch his head, and I want you to watch his eyes. So you see when this ball is coming over the top, where do his eyes go? His eyes followed this thing all the way to the catch, right? On catching over the shoulder, this is something that's very important that I stress at least, catching it with your eyes first. You don't want to catch this thing with just your hands and then pick up real quick and go downfield. And I know you guys have all heard this 1,000 times, but think of it like you want to take the only thing in your eyesight is this ball. That's the only thing in your line of vision is this ball. That's the only thing that you should be looking at. And you shouldn't be looking at this ball and then have the sideline in your line of vision. It should be your whole eye on that ball, focused on that ball. Now, a lot of people say, oh, well, I do keep my eye on it. Not like that. That's something that really helped my hands improve. Even when I'm standing there and I'm catching for my quarterbacks, I literally, if you focus on watching that thing in, it's very, very hard to drop a ball if you have the right grip strength, if you've gotten the right amount of reps in, right? So making sure that you're able to watch this thing all the way in with your eyes and catch it with your eyes first, all the way to this tuck too as well. You see how when he catches this over his shoulder, where does the ball go right away? Right to that tuck to make sure we can secure it so either defender doesn't have a chance to rip this thing out. Let's watch it full speed again one more time. Great route here by Amendola, or great catch, I should say, and then watching this thing all the way with his eyes are some key points that you guys can do to make sure you improve your catching over the shoulder. All right, guys, I really want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions, please leave those in the comments. And again, if you want me to take a look at your film and you want access to our advanced breakdowns that will help your football IQ improve, check out that link in the description. I'll see you guys next time.